I would just like to say that as far as surgery is concerned in COVID-19, just 2 points from my side, that because of this inflammation taking place in the lungs, causing, we all know, Sir would agree to it, that any inflammation anywhere, that is going to leave some residual healing process also, which we call as fibrosis. So for the last 6 months, what we have been seeing, we are just seeing the acute phases. And now in the last 2 to 3 months, few patients have started reporting with fibrotic changes, wherein there are reportings of pleural fibrosis, for which we have to do pneumonectomies, we have to do some thoracoscopic surgeries, remove that fibrotic tissue so that we can allow the lungs to expand. Few cases have also been reported wherein the fibrotic changes have actually caused a total lung collapse. And in these situations, we were left with no choice but to do a lung transplantation. So with these words, I would really like to thank each and everyone for taking out your precious time and enlightening our students for this COVID-19, right from PSM ma'am, Deepa ma'am, how she shared that the practices of hand hygiene, the different levels of prevention, and, what has to be done. Then Salman sir nicely depicted us about what this COVID-19 SARS-CoV-2 is it. He showed us nicely what is the structure of this RNA virus, what are the different proteins, the different S proteins, M proteins, and all those things. So I think this is going to be very, very helpful in solving the MCQs. Then Kunal sir demonstrated about the pathogenesis, that how this type 1, type 2 pneumocytes, especially the type 2 pneumocytes there, and how this is going to cause inflammatory reaction, the different inflammatory mediators being responsible, how this is going to lead to fluid sequestration, how this is going to lead to the ARDS pathology. And then Ray sir nicely told us about the crux points, that how this COVID-19 would be associated with this eye problems, including the chloroquine-related Bull's maculopathy. And Rajiv sir also told us clearly, he communicated through me, that the commonest symptom, what we experience or what an ENT person can experience, is a sore throat, and the sign what an ENT surgeon can see is a congestion in the pharyngeal mucosa. Ankur sir demonstrated that how different patients of this COVID-19, or how this situation which is going on, can lead to different type of psychiatric illnesses, and how we should respond to these psychiatric illnesses. And then Salman sir showed us that how different drugs with their different mechanisms can be used to act on this COVID-19 and help in controlling this COVID-19 situation, including the role of that convalescent plasma therapy, which Vivek sir nicely summarized everything into how the protocol has to be designed into mild, moderate, and severe. What are the recommended guidelines as of now for this mild, moderate, and severe? What is the role of fluid? What is the role of different antibiotics, their dosages? What is the role of steroids also in this? And then Amit sir highlighted about how antepartum, during labor, and what should be the discharge. He emphasized that the visits of this patient to the hospital should be minimum. There were no major contraindications, except that the duration in the hospital can be minimized. The duration of the labor process can be minimized by using forceps or vacuum devices, so that the patient can have minimum risk of carrying on. Amit sir also demonstrated that what are the WHO guidelines for the mother and the baby, whether the mother should touch the baby or not touch the baby. He clearly mentioned all those things nicely. And I think Ankur sir again motivated us about everything. It was really a wonderful session. And I myself had a lot of learning experience from these sessions. Anyone who wish to add on to this, most welcome.
Just one line, maybe important information for our students. Salman sir is here. because the days are gone when students were using alprazolam and all. Now they are using modafinil. So, sir, please advise something.
Sir, I've always told the students like not to go for the modafinil and trust their basic instincts. But still, despite that, there are some people who would have gone for that. But now the situation is, if you're already using that, I would not advise you to change that. Still continue it and do the same way what you have been doing for a while, and then it would be helpful. Otherwise, like changing that drug right now, if you stop it, it might create certain problems. Maybe me and Ankur sir may have certain differences in these points. Maybe Ankur sir can throw some more light on that.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Dr. Salman. Definitely, I do agree with Dr. Salman. Now, don't change the pattern they are using because it's a very low dose they are using. As I have so many queries about the modafinil, should I use or not use? That if they are not using that, it's give no benefit except the concentration. Yes, in normal brain is much more powerful than any added pharmacotherapy. You can't increase the performance by taking these modafinils. Yes, definitely it gives you a pseudo feeling that I could concentrate, but at last you will find that we know that how the memory is formed. If we talk about as a point of psychiatry, that neurons take time during the sleep. Yes, we have why Dr. Amit is saying that take good sleep and make a circadian rhythm. What is the purpose? Yes, all the things, all the study we do in the daytime, all these things are consolidated during night. There are so many dreams. Everything is important in life. Circadian rhythm is very important. If you are disturbing that rhythm, definitely it may give you pseudo feeling that I am having good attention. Definitely, this is a effect of modafinil. It's going to affect you. But if you want to get rid of this modafinil, you can do by gradual tapering with a particular advice. Okay, but if you are not, you are self-medicating it. Definitely, you are the best person to decide what to do. Otherwise, you can. Yes, I on the request of Dr. Vineet and many students, I gave Dr. Vineet my number and put 6 to 7 1 hour for FMG exam going. If they have any doubt, they can call me personally also. At this time, social being a psychiatrist, yes, social psychiatry is a part of psychiatry, and it's my moral responsibility, social responsibility at this time, because I am joined with a renowned platform just like MIST. And in this institute, if I have the integral part of it, so definitely it's my responsibility to help all the student for any query. Okay, so I would say Dr. Vineet that he is always free to give my number to any student. Yes, anytime I am always there to help all the students of MIST. Yes, and uh, trust me, try to avoid. If you are not taking, don't take. If you are taking, then you can taper off, you can remove it with the proper advice how to remove it, or how to. Yes, because before prescribing or advising about the drugs pharmacotherapy, we need a proper face to face counseling. Okay, or face to face facial expression, what are the change in behavior. So many things are there to comment on the use of a pharmacological drug. But trust me, this is not the last exam. Yes, because many students, definitely Dr. Salman pointed out this thing, and Dr. Amit sir has pointed out this point. I forgot this point. Yes, students are very enthusiastic to take this medication as they read from literature. Yes, and it's very true that it is increasing our attention. But you know that they are having lots of side effect, and all these stimulants have may lead to psychotic symptoms. Okay, but so you are not having only one goal in your life, that is only the MCI exam. So don't think it as your final exam, and you put all these means unnecessary thing to clear this exam. And even if it has benefit, then I would advise you, okay, go take risk, but it is not going to give you benefit in long run. If you are not taking good sleep, you can input that more and more content, but you will not be able to organize that content. And for organization, yes, you require a good sleep, calm attitude, don't fear. Yes, you are doing chanting session. This is a very important thing. Yes, I realized that this is a very good initiative taken by Dr. Vineet, and this is a simplest way, okay, to put all the information into long term memory. Yes, if you I discuss scientifically, then there are two way. Yes, I either you go in depth about concepts, or you repeat that thing 2, 3, 4 times. Then both of these can put that content to long term memory. And we know that many questions are repeated as such, and we are doing chanting. Yes, this is a very good thing, so do take part in chanting. Yes, don't avoid that. That is putting your all these things into long term memory. Okay, so rather than going with the help of all medications, better to remain with natural things. Okay, thank you, Dr. Amit sir and Dr. Salman sir, for your suggestion, and putting this very important point in front of me. I would suggest to you, sorry, all students, that don't take these things. That is not going to give you benefit. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I would like to request Salman sir and everyone to just say thanks, and from my side, thanks to everyone.
Thank you so much, sir. It was not only a learning experience for the doctors, upcoming doctors, but even for us from different subjective views. So for the exam going, there's no other word I would want to say. I just wish you all the best. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
All the best.
All the best.
Thank you.